I want to go now to Andrei Soldatov, the founder and editor of agentura.ru. It is a website focused on the Russian security services. It is blocked now in Russia. And Andrei, I want to start with that new video into Outfront. That it's graphic and disturbing, but for some reason, when you see that tank commander driving over one of his people he fights with, what word to use, friend, colleague, someone he's living with day to day on the front line like a rag doll. I mean, it is somehow just so disgusting and horrid. It brings this home. It is a video that says 1,000 words. This is how Russia is treating its own on the battlefield.
Yes, unfortunately, it's such a horrific footage, and it reminds me of the Chechen wars of the 1990s, when the Russian army had a complete disregard for human lives of civilians, but also of its own soldiers.
So this is coming on top of your brand new reporting, which I mentioned to viewers a moment ago. Russian forces, you report, are notoriously not religious, and many are turning to religion. You talk about discovering that they've named some battalions after saints, and then you reported this incredible line that the pro-Kremlin tabloid Komsomolskaya Pravda says the battalions that were named after saints miraculously stopped the dying. The headline that you pulled from this newspaper is, quote, "There are no more heavy casualties." As you say, this is bizarre.
It is absolutely bizarre, but I think it reflects the desperation of the military leadership. They understand that they need to boost morale, and the usual way to do that is to improve discipline, to provide better training, or at least to explain the aims of the war. And the military leadership cannot do that because nobody knows what the victory in this war would look like for the Kremlin or for Putin. So there is a void, and this void is getting filled by mysticism and the church, and the Russian Orthodox Church being very nationalistic, while it's only happy to oblige.
You talk about mysticism. One of the men you mentioned in your report is a cleric based in Moscow that you were pointing out is very aggressive in recruiting Russians for the war. So we pulled a soundbite of him for everyone to hear.
The best way to die is in war. It's the best of all deaths. People die like pigs, choking on their own vomit, I can tell you. Or they go to a rooftop to take a selfie. They slip and fall from the 15th floor with their phone. They got their selfie. Such stupid deaths are a dime a dozen. It's better to die with a weapon in your hand for your motherland, like a real man and a hero. And I'll pray for you before you die. God have mercy, and then your soul's off to heaven.
Andrei, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, that's real. I mean, that is real. That's not like some kind of mockery or Saturday Night Live. That is real. That well-known Russian broadcaster that I just played saying it's fine to die 30 years early in the scheme of the universe, who cares? That is also real. Does this fall on receptive ears?
Well, many people in the church and in the Kremlin, they share this cynical view that Russian men, especially men in provinces, they live completely meaningless lives. So, well, they get drunk, they get killed in accidents, and, well, the way the guy described it right now. And that is why if they might be sent to the battlefield, that would give them some meaning. And of course, it's extremely cynical, but unfortunately, many people in provinces seems to be, well, quite receptive, because at least if you send your relative or your son to the front line, you are guaranteed to get some money back.
Well, Andrei, thank you very much. I appreciate your sharing the reporting with all of us, as always.
Thank you.